What's up, everybody? It's me, John Caspian, and welcome. It's Thursday at noon-ish, a little bit after noon, and we are live here at Gigabytes TV Studios. If you're watching us on Facebook, then welcome, and then on YouTube as well. Gigabytes TV, all one word, and Bytes is not with a Y. It's with an I. So, today we're talking about Fallout Wasteland Warfare. Super excited. It's from Modiphius, and you know them from a lot of their RPG series, but they also have their hand in some miniature warfare stuff, so wargaming stuff. So this one is going to be awesome. They have basically the license for all the Fallout games except for New Vegas. I was just watching one of their Q&As, and that one says that they have the license for pretty much all of them but New Vegas, which is one of my more favorite of the series. But when you're playing the mini war game, you're going to be featuring a lot of stuff from Fallout 4, especially because it's the most recent one, and they've got a lot of cool models for it. So in a second, we're going to take you over. I'm going to share the screen here, and you can see all that stuff. But we are currently taking pre-orders for it. If you're one of the first 12 people to pre-order, you get the special Zatan alien. I think that's how you... or Zayton? I don't even know how you pronounce it, but it's the alien that you see in the games. I'm pretty sure it's in every single one of the games, but they're the greens, basically, and it looks like he's wearing a spacesuit. So be one of the first 12 people to pre-order, and you get that in the 2-player starter set. So let's go ahead and go on over and see what we get. So first off, we have new beers in. It's terribly exciting. So we have Orpheus stuff. We also have Dos Equis. Delicious. Amber beer. Always a good one. And then Allagash White. Belgian-style wheat beer. Similar to a Blue Moon, if you know that one. And then we also have Cigar City Brewing. Florida Cracker. That's a white ale, so it's similar to a wheat ale, but a little bit more of a tang to it, I guess. Then Creature Comforts Table Beer. Ooh. For food and friends, which is perfect because Gigabytes Cafe has tons of good food, especially the new Giga Burger. Check it out. Reformation Brewery, which is from Woodstock. So that one is, get my mic closer here. Jude, Belgian-style triple. Delicious. And then our last of our alcoholic ones, this is the Serpent Bite. Orpheus is a local nearby brewery. It's a couple of miles away, I think 5 miles away from Gigabytes. Delicious. Try that one out. And then our non-alcoholics. So these ones are Virgil's and the Butterscotch. Yum. So if you like Harry Potter or anything of that related taste, even Starbucks, delicious. So thank you, Gigabytes Cafe, for all the wonderful alcoholic and non-alcoholic options. So let's go right into Fallout Wasteland Warfare. So this is absolutely wonderful. So the starter pack is a 2-player starter set, and that's going to come with let me turn my mic down a little bit here. That's going to come with 11 miniatures, as well as a little bit of scenery and all the other things that you need to get started. So let's scroll down here. This is not exactly what's in the starter pack, I believe. I will go to that in just a second. But basically, what this game is of a miniature wargaming, it's more on the skirmish scale. So when one says skirmish scale, they mean anywhere from just a few miniatures, 3 to 5, all the way up to a couple of dozen miniatures. So you're not going to see the huge battles that you see in Warhammer. It's going to be smaller scale, like what you would see in Infinity, Warzone Resurrection, Malifaux, etc. Smaller scale, but a lot of your characters and other things are more elite, so they'll use the VATS system. Everyone gets a specials characteristic, so everyone gets to have those stat lines, but some characters are more important. They're more heroic, and in this one they're called heroes, so they get to use the special systems and special roles and stuff like that. So what's cool is player versus player and co-op and solo play. So the big draw for me is the ability to not only play for your traditional 1-versus-1 combat, but you also get to do campaigns, which is a solo campaign where the AI basically has their own way of moving, self-determined ways like run toward the nearest enemy if you're a ghoul, or try to flank if you're another unit, and they'll have specific AI commands basically that they give. And in the campaign, you will actually be able to use special things like lockpicking, searching, and other skills like that, rather than just combat-based skills, which is really cool. And in addition to having the campaign, you can actually play cooperative, which is awesome. So you can get your own models, your friend can get their models, and then you can play together versus whoever you want. I'm not sure if the campaign is for survivors only, or if it's faction agnostic, I guess. It doesn't really matter which faction it is. But I personally like the Brotherhood of Steel, which we're going to see in just a second. So how it works is, when you get the starter set, that's a faction starter. I'll find it. These are all the starter sets that there are, which is really cool. There's so many of them. But I'm looking for one that just disappeared. Huh. Okay. So these are your player faction starters, and these come with typically anywhere from 6 to 8 figures in them. This one that you're looking at here is the Survivors. You got, what's his name for Fallout 4? The guy who gives all the constant missions to go help settlements all the time. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but that's very cool. And then you also have the Super Mutants there, and a couple of these are actually already painted by their painting team, which is awesome. So you get to see what it can look like once it's all finished, and that looks really cool. That's the Super Mutant starter. So you've got the, I guess that's 5 Super Mutants. One of them has the aviation gear, which is cool. I guess he'd be the captain. Here is the Brotherhood of Steel starter. That looks really, really cool. Definitely the set I'm going to be getting because, come on. I believe that's T60 power armor. Someone could correct me if I'm mistaken. I can check below here which exactly that one is, but I love T60 power armor. It's so good. And then you have various other starter boxes, which are, this is the Wasteland creatures. So you've got your classic ghouls. You've got the good old Deathclaw, which is going to be really fun to paint up. I don't know if Mirelurks is in here. Mirelurks might be in Wave 2. So Mirelurks are so fun. Here is the Robots starter. So you've got all of your, Protectrons, oh, all the goodness, the iRobots. I forget some of the names. It's been a while since I played Fallout, actually. It's been several years. The last one I played was New Vegas, so... but that's really exciting. And then scenery. So an important part of Fallout is going to be scenery. And at Gigabytes Cafe, we have tons of destroyed scenery, such as terrain, and then just all the different boards that we have that can look like destroyed cityscape, which is awesome. But you will be able to buy various franchise-based stuff from Fallout, which is awesome. You can paint it up, bring it in, etc. Maybe we'll see if we can paint up a little bit at the store. We'll see. But that's definitely something you can buy. They did say that they're looking to have parts of levels such as radioactive sludge be an actual gameplay effect. So that is something. Super Mutants would be immune. The Synths would be immune, which is one of the starter sets. The Institute is one of them. And then finally... Oh, there we go. This is what the 2-player starter set looks like. So it comes with 11 miniatures, and I will go ahead and list exactly what they are so that we can see. Here we go. So you've got the Aviator Head Super Mutant, you've got the Super Mutant Brute, Standard Super Mutant, and then 2 Mutant Hounds. We've got Nora, the Soul Survivor, Dogmeat, the Enslaved Tech Survivor. I haven't played Fallout 4, so I don't know. I played a little bit of it. 2 Settlers, Man and a Woman, and then a Brotherhood of Steel Aspirant in T60 Power Armor, which is right there. And then you also have 11 Scenic Bases, which is interesting. Okay. You also, in the kit for the starter set that you will be getting when you pre-order through Gigabytes Cafe, you also have cards and dice and scenarios. So there's training scenarios. If you've played War Machine and Hordes, you have the same concept where you get to play out how you learn the rules, training missions. The dice, they're custom dice based on a D20 system. So it's rolling the same number or lower. which is good to know. And then you have cards for all of your units, as well as some of the AI cards. 100 plus small cards. So there's 60, I want to say they said like 63 different weapons in the game, which is really cool, but they all have their own stat lines, so it's going to be a little complicated if you try to memorize it all, so it's useful to have those cards on you. Let's see, what else do we get? Small counters. So the movement and the shooting and the range thing, I believe, is all done with their own ruler, so you don't have to have a measuring tape if you don't want to. You can use their rulers. I believe that they have Nuka bottle tokens, so the bottle caps, you can actually buy those as a big old set, which is cool. Or what's even more fun is if you use Gigabytes Cafe beer bottle caps. That way you get kind of a present day feeling, which is cool. Let's see, a 3x3 2-part paper gaming mat around Red Rocket. So that's pretty cool. I like that. The scenic sets are also going to be available as well, which is really cool. So Red Rocket is one of them. And that's just adding all of that flavor to the game, which we know and love. If you had to play in, like, I don't know, a forest, I don't think it would necessarily feel right. It would have to be a destroyed forest and kind of gross. But if it was just a live, lovely, wonderful green forest, not exactly Fallout. So it's great to me that they're bringing all that out. So that is the basics of what you can get. What the unit cards or the character cards look like is right here. So you can see the Deathclaw. Let me make sure that that's properly in frame. Yep, it's pretty much in frame. The Deathclaw has a regular movement and a charge characteristic. So that is the rulers that you get that are colored. And if you have the yellow one, it's a certain distance. I think it's something like 5 inches. And then the green one, just like in most games, when you charge, you have to be able to connect base to base with whatever you're charging. And if you can't do that, you can't charge, which is fine. And then you have your special stats. Oh, it's so lovely. All the specialties. So his endurance just means he's super strong. He has a powerful melee attack, but also some of his specials, such as you basically get a penalty if you try to shoot anything but the Deathclaw while he's around. For the creatures in a typical match and or in a campaign mode, they're kind of a random encounter. You would roll, I guess, maybe a dice and then or a couple of dice, and you'd find out what you rolled based on that, and then you would have to encounter that through that method, which is pretty cool. Radiation, I'm pretty sure that means he takes no radiation. X, he's Deathclaw. Yeah, can't climb ladders because he is a Deathclaw. If he could climb ladders, I mean, theoretically, he should just be able to jump up on walls and whatnot, but that would be terrifying, right? And then if we look at some other characters like the Soul Survivor, you get your stat lines here, and then some special, such as using dog meat to search stuff while you're playing on the board. And then the running characteristics here is red, so maybe she's faster. I don't know what the colors are yet because I saw a little bit of the gameplay, but they were going through things pretty quickly. But she gets dog meat. If you want to see, do we have dog meat somewhere on here for us to see through all of these wonderful, lovely starter sets? There we go. There's dog meat. That's it. So if you want the male Nora, the Soul Survivor, I don't think you can get him yet, but I don't mind. I like the female Nora. She's awesome. I'm definitely going to be picking up one set for myself, as well as the Brotherhood of Steel starter set. So if you do pre-order from Gigabytes Cafe, which I highly recommend you do quickly because we're going to run out of the 12 very quickly. They're going to have 12 pre-orders pretty fast, possibly by the end of the day, if not sooner. So make sure that you pre-order sooner rather than later to get that Zatan alien. But even if you don't get the alien, they're going to be releasing things in waves. So there's Wave 1, and then that's, I guess, most of, or at least half of what they want to release. And then there'll be a second wave. The first wave is expected to come out in March of 2018. And so that is, I guess, 4 months away at this point. But once it's released, we'll have our copies that are pre-ordered, and then whatever else we can get, such as the starter sets, the core sets for the factions, tokens, scenery, etc. And then the second wave, which will be some other releases, will be after that. So I'm not sure 100% what is in each wave. I think we've reached out to Modiphius and asked, hey, can we get a little more information on what you expect to be in each wave? But we'll definitely be updating on which ones will be in which wave. But for sure, the 2-player starter set will be in wave 1, and you want to get pre-order that as soon as possible so we make sure that we get enough for everybody. Definitely. You can pre-order by calling the store, and then you can also message us on Facebook, email us at gigabytescafe@yahoo.com. Any of those methods will work, and then we can get you set up. And the pre-order for the Alien is for anyone that has prepaid as well as pre-ordered. So make sure that you pre-order, and then you pay for it, and then you'll get that Alien when it comes in, which is awesome. Cool. If there's any questions, just pop them here on Facebook so I can see them. And then other than that, I think we're pretty good. Wonderful. All right, so thanks y'all for watching. I'm John Caspian, and we will see y'all today at 4 p.m. for John Galvin's painting stream. So thank you very much, and see you later.